What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from the Mortalis Brewing Company, and they're out of Avon, New York. And this is their Hydra, the pomegranate, blueberry, and raspberry variant. So this is a fruited sour that is brewed with the aforementioned 3 fruits. It comes in a 7% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review, and this can is approximately 2.5 weeks old. So it's been a while since I reviewed anything from Mortalis on the channel. You know, their stuff is brewery only. And Average Pops and myself decided to take a trip to Letchworth State Park. And yeah, we went there, and it's funny because if you go to Letchworth and you end up exiting at the north entrance, Avon is about 25 minutes, half an hour or so from Mortalis. And we went on a Thursday, and it just so happened that they were doing a release, or maybe it was a Friday. It was a Thursday or Friday, and we went, and they still had 3 different cans there. Drove up. They actually have a line now where you just go up in your car, and there were like 5 people in line. It was like 5 minutes we were out, and they still had all 3 beers, so I picked up a 4-pack of everything they had. This is the first of the 3 I'll be reviewing. The other 2 I'll review over the next couple weeks, and really pumped up because their Hydra series is probably my favorite fruited sour series. When it comes to the Fruit Smoothie fruited sours, Mortalis is king in the Western York area, in my opinion. I love Froth. They're local, but Mortalis still reigns supreme in my mind. They just do it, and I love their Hydra series. And yeah, pomegranate, blueberry, and raspberry. I don't think I've ever had pomegranate in a beer, maybe once or twice, but definitely not a fruited sour. And yeah, let's get into it. So we'll pour it into their Medusa glass. I need to get a Hydra glass at some point. Now, typically I open these up and pour them off camera, but I figured, fuck it, we'll pour it on camera today because I'm an idiot. So hopefully it doesn't spill everywhere. Here we go. So as you can tell with these just pour out like a fruit smoothie, right? Super thick and vibrant. As you pour it and continue to pour it, more and more of that thick, pulpy goodness comes to the forefront. And yeah, there we go. It has been poured. I really like their labels too, especially when it comes to Hydra. So as you can see, tons of carbonation. And yeah, it looks like a fruit smoothie. Super dark, purple, magenta. It's going to leave, you know, the pulp on the side there. But that looks like a fruited sour that is brewed with pomegranate and blueberry and raspberry, or I guess mixed with it, or whatever you want to aged on all the fruits. They're using fruit puree. Anyway, it looks fantastic. Let's get a nose. Oh my God, that smells fucking dynamite. Yeah, the pomegranate's there, but the blueberry and raspberry are just combining for this like super jammy, seedy, sweet berry component. But that pomegranate's over top of everything. That is a cool fucking mixture. Like, I didn't, like, when I saw they were releasing this and I was going to get it, I was like, pomegranate, how's that going to work with a blueberry raspberry? It works actually quite well. Wow, that is a unique smelling nose. When it comes to fruited sours, you know, so many places use different fruits now that, like, I don't eat regularly. Like, when a place uses dragon fruit, like, I don't eat dragon fruit a lot, so it's always cool. But when it comes to pomegranate, you know, I've had pomegranate numerous times, and it's just cool to smell that on top of the berry base. There isn't a ton of sourness. There's a little bit of like a tartness. This is like sweeter, like just jammy, like I said, seedy, just fruits. It smells like a fruit juice. Yeah, it smells awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. It's fucking delicious. Yeah, I mean, 7%, you really can't tell. This drink's like a fruit smoothie, so you don't even know there's alcohol. Like, if I gave it to somebody, I don't even know if they'd be able to tell me there's alcohol in here. And here's the issue with beers like this for a lot of people. Is it beer? Technically, yes, because they're brewing a base sour, and then they're either, you know, brewing it with the fruits, or they're mixing it with the fruit puree, or aging it on the fruit puree, whatever you want to say. But this is a base beer at heart, but it doesn't drink like one. It drinks like a fruit smoothie. This is an adult fruit smoothie. That's what it is. I know a lot of beer purists out there, they might have a problem with that. And I totally get why people don't consider this beer, because it doesn't drink or taste like it. But at the end of the day, they're really delicious. And when I'm in the mood for something that I want that's kind of sweeter, and has a thick, like pulpy kind of body and mouthfeel, and it's fruity, this just does it for me. Body on this one, this is like almost full body. It's like medium full. I mean, it's thick. It's almost chewy. I mean, you can see all the fruit puree residue. The mouthfeel, soft, smooth, creamy. It has carbonation, but somehow that carbonation, even though you know it's carbonated as you're tasting it, just has such a soft and smooth kind of mouthfeel to it. It's really nice. We're up front, I'm hit with that pomegranate as it passes through. A more sweet, like jammy raspberry hits. A tart blueberry also pops in. And right at the middle of the palate, there's a nice like kick of tartness. It's not sour, but it's tart. That carries on to the back of the palate. This actually finishes relatively tart with a decent acidity. Sometimes the one issue with some of these beers, and even some I've had from Mortalis, is they're sometimes lean too sweet, where by the end of the can, you're like, oh, that was just all the sugar, and there's nothing to stop it. The base sour didn't really do anything here. And I've noticed with the Hydra series, a lot of the Hydras, they really do produce a nice tartness. A lot of times they're not sour, but they're tart, and it helps offset that fruity sweetness. No bitterness to speak of, because you're not expecting that. Really a smidge of a dryness, but this is more to the sweeter side when you're talking if there's a dryness or bitterness. But there's enough, like I said, of an acidic bite and a tartness to cut the sweetness. It still finishes sweet, but not overly so. Like, I'll drink that can and be totally fine with it. I mean, I'm pretty much through almost 8 ounces as we speak. But I feel like I'm going to get heartburn from this. On the back of the throat, definitely heartburn. Is this my favorite Hydra variant? No. But it's damn unique. It's quite tasty. And I think this is the first, like I said, pomegranate, like fruited fruit smoothie sour that I've had. And I think they did a great job with it. So, Hydra, pomegranate, blueberry, and raspberry variant. I'm going to give this a low 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.4 out of 5. I think it deserves it. It just gets into the low 4 or 5 range for the uniqueness, the body, the mouthfeel. This is the thing. I can get behind your traditional Gozas and Berliner Weisses that are actually those beers. And then if you want to put a fruit in it, I get it. Like the key lime pie Goza from Westbrook is more like a base Goza with like some key lime flavoring and a little bit of graham cracker. Like it's not, you know, over the top. I can enjoy those, but then I can also enjoy these. So at the end of the day, I still love this style and I'm going to drink and review a lot of them, but I'm a guy who drinks pretty much all styles and can appreciate all of them. So is this beer or not? Who knows? But at the end of the day, I enjoy it. So that's all that matters. Price and availability. This is where these beers, for some people, jump the shark and are just too ridiculous, and I totally get it. $25 a 4-pack. You're talking $6.25 a can, 7%. But, you know, the amount of fruit puree they're using in this and just what you're kind of going for, that's the going rate. A lot of these beers are $22 to like $26 a 4-pack. Mortalis, $25 a 4-pack. They always sell out of their beers. Now they're producing more beers, so they're not always selling out on the first day, but within a couple of days, most of their stuff is gone. So people have no problem paying that because they like this. So, I mean, some people have trouble with that, and I totally get it. But at the end of the day, that's kind of market value for these beers, and they fly off the shelves, and people pay it, so they're not going to get any cheaper. Availability, brewery only for Mortalis. They do get drips and drabs sometimes, you know, out to local places on draft and whatnot. But if you want the cans, you typically have to go to the brewery. And, you know, it's a small little place, but during the pandemic, they've done a pretty good job of, you know, brewing more beer because they obviously can't sell it in their tap room. So, like I said, most of their stuff lasts a day or two, or at the very least, they last throughout the day. So if you get out of work late or whatever and you go over there, you should be able to get it. But they don't get really any distribution, so you really have to trade for it if you don't live in the Western New York area. But yeah, this one really good. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. 7%. Like I said, I can't even tell there's alcohol in this one, and that's scary at 7% because by the time I finish this, I'll be feeling, you know, pretty buzzed. And I'll be like, I just drank a fruit smoothie. Like, why am I feeling kind of good? Well, it's because there's 7% alcohol in here and it hides it extremely well. So, like I said, if you had this one before, if you had any Hydras or any beers from Mortalis, let me know what you think about it. Like I said, I have their Manicore Zombie and their Hippogriff, both fruited sours. We're reviewing over the next couple of weeks, and those are kind of crazy with a bunch of different ingredients. So this one was just 3 fruits. Those are all fucking all over the place, so we'll see if those are as good as this. And yeah, anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another Western New York Wednesday. To the next one. Cheers.